What's up, YouTube? Talked to a few of you guys and mentioned it in a video. My wife and I were buying a new property. I still have our house we live in now, but we're looking for something. We're definitely out in the country already, but we were looking for something a little bit more secluded. It's a little bit more land, a little bit more options available to us. So this is the place that I mentioned in another video. Um, the road out there is a little over 400 feet from here. Tree lined on the way in. Well, it's kind of hot to walk all the way out there. So, but here's the place. Um, Now this place needs a lot of work. The previous owners that we bought it from, um, they lived here until I think the mid 90s, then started renting it out. And since then, it's kind of gone downhill, to say the least. They haven't bothered to keep up with it, and the renters certainly have not bothered to keep up with it. It is fenced in, the entire property, up to this point right here. And it goes, it's kind of hard to see through the camera, but the reason we found the place, we weren't really looking for another place, but the lady that does my wife's hair, she mentioned that her brother, he had worked for Chrysler here in Ohio, and of course Chrysler shut down, so he had to transfer to Michigan. So he had this rental property, and he has his house out here, and he has a business out here, and it's just too much work for him to keep up with. I mean, he still has his house out here. He goes to work on Monday morning and he comes home Friday night. He stays in Michigan and drives back home to Ohio, about a 4-hour drive, just so he can keep his job. So it worked out good for us and good for him. We got a great deal on it. It's about 18 acres in total. Lots and lots of woods. It goes back as far as you can see, but you can't see, but a few, maybe 400 feet that way, and just the fence on this side. And it needs a lot of work, as I was saying. But we've got time for that, and it'll be fun, I think. So, gotta start getting that out of here. But take a look over here. Here's what you can see of the house from here. You can tell the roof needs some work. No leaks, anything like that, but it's ugly. The house was originally a cabin, that main center section there. Right there, that was originally a cabin by itself. Back in the late 1800s, this was a rock quarry right back behind us here. And that was a cabin that those people lived in, and now there's addition on the left side, addition on the right side, an addition on the back. The garage is an addition, and they've kind of all settled independently. So need to do a little work with the roof to even things up. The concrete, the blacktop is a little rough. Nothing, not a priority, that's for sure. Lots of weeds and plants and bushes that need taken care of, but goes quite a ways over that way as well as that way. Tons of blackberries and raspberries all over the place. I've been eating those while I've been out here working on stuff, but here's a little shed that's here. It's definitely seen better days. Bunch of stuff I found back in there, some 3-point implements, a plow, an old tiller and stuff, which is a little bonus. There's a boat laying in here. You can see some old rabbit cages back here. The original owners had they had rabbits, they had chickens, they had some goats, and the structures they kept them in are kind of still hanging out back in here. You can't see that on the camera, but back there is another one. This little building here, like I said, it needs a lot of work. It's been let go for some time now, but nothing that can't be brought back. So this is in the back now. This is all, get up a little closer, this has all been fenced in. I don't know if that's coming out on the camera, but the fence definitely needs to come down. The posts look like in good shape still, so I might paint those up and just reuse those where they are. But all this is where they had the chickens, and it's real tough to see. If you can see through that big tree right there, it goes way back that way too, and then there's a creek that runs down that side of the property. Here's more of the backyard, the back of the house. you can see these different additions. It's kind of strange the way they did it, but it's actually really neat. House has a lot of character, that's for sure. Come over this way. That right there behind that tree, that patch right across there was where they've had their garden in the past. Over here, a lot of fruit trees, apple trees, some pear trees. So that's pretty cool. More fence up that way, it's sectioned off. Over here, it's really overgrown, so let's see what I can get to. That's the main reason I'm out here today, is to start spraying some of these weeds so I can get them all out of here. But see, this over here is one of the ponds. It's got a little island kind of in the middle of it. It's tough to see through all the weeds, but hopefully next time you see I do a video from here, all this will be gone. But there's the bigger of the ponds. Tough to get an idea for the size of it through this video and through these weeds. But if you look over this way, if I can zoom in, there's kind of a, that's maybe 12 feet wide, a little creek that runs through and back over this way. And just more blackberries and raspberries all over the place back here. But a pretty decent sized pond. I don't want to walk around the whole thing because there's poison ivy everywhere still, and I do have shorts on because it's so hot out. But all those woods back there, that's all us. And it just goes and goes and goes, and there's all kinds of good stuff up in there. Let me turn this off so it's not too long. I'll walk over. Alright, so I'm back on the other side of that pond. There's a little path that goes all through these woods back here, but again, this is the back side of where their garden was. You can tell they have not had a garden for quite some time. Another pond over here, it looks kind of rough. I think when they were trying to, the renters had tried to make the water look a little better, they put some, I can't think of the name of it right now, but basically it's a chemical that turns the water blue, and they didn't do such a good job with it. Now this pond feeds down, kind of down a hill into the lower one, and from a creek up that way, which you can't see. More berries over here. They're everywhere. And there's part of that creek that runs through, and it's kind of dried up right now. Just because we haven't had any rain, we haven't had any kind of anything except heat and sun, which I shouldn't complain because we had nothing but rain in the spring. But right here is the edge of that pond. It comes right underneath this concrete bridge, and there's a little creek that runs right up through there and all the way back through those woods. Now this, you can see what this looks like and why I'm not going to walk in there right now, but this goes just way, way, way back. Little paths all the way through that you can still make out. There's some kind of little building back in here, and once I get some pants on and get some of these weeds knocked down, we'll go back and take a look at that. But for now, this kind of gives you an idea of the place. Lots of room to do what we want to do out here, and much better for the kids. The house we have now is great. It's a big house, plenty of room, but it's on a, I say a main road, which there aren't too many out here, but it's not a great area for the kids. They'll be able to come outside, do what they want here. We'll be able to raise any type of things that we want to, and just much better out here. You can see there's a big hill right there. There's the creek right underneath all those weeds, but it's a big hill that goes up there, and it's all full of old limestone and in one end, and then a ton of old granite and stuff up here. I don't know what the deal is, but that's what we got all through here. Lots of big trees up on that hill. And another bonus of this place, I'll take you inside eventually. The renters are actually still moving out all this weekend, but it has a fireplace and a wood burner in there, which at our house now, it's a big house, and it's an old house. It's from early turn of the century. Really nice, lots of old woodwork, stuff like that, but lots of old windows as well. And I think our natural gas bill got up around $1,000 a month over the winter, so looking forward to getting away from that. Plenty of wood here to be used to heat with. Just lots of opportunities here for us. Also a lot of work, don't get me wrong, but it'll be enjoyable and it'll be fun, and I can get the kids out here to do something and help. So, but that's it. I just wanted to show it to you before I started doing anything on it. I'm gonna spray and spray and spray weeds for a few hours now, and get back in here and trim them all out, start mowing, and just get the outside cleaned up a little bit so I can see what I'm working with here. But that's it. Thanks for taking a look, guys, and look for a lot more videos to come on what we're gonna do with this place. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching.